Hi everyone, I'm Imelda and thanks for joining me today for an exercise session. So today I'm going to use light weights. You don't have to, but I just have them incorporated into the session today. We're going to do 5 exercises, 2 sets of those with the weights, different exercises, moving the body in different directions. We'll do that set twice. We'll do some stretches in between. And in the session today, I'm going to have a little bit of a HIIT session at the end, where we'll do 3 exercises back to back for 10 seconds, each exercise done at a nice quick pace to get the heart rate up and get your breathing a little bit harder. Good for cardiorespiratory fitness. So in the session today, we're going to stretch, we're going to do bodyweight exercises or resistance training exercises that are going to work your muscles and strengthen your bones, and then we're going to look after your heart and lungs as well. Win-win. So if you're free of injury and if you're feeling well, let's get moving. Let's start with I'm starting my timer. Let's start with our feet wide. We're going to do our warm-up to begin with. Sit back and down, come back up and squeeze your glutes. Sit back. Now remember, you're keeping your chest open and not collapsing too much over your knees in front. It's inevitable that your shoulders will go forward a little bit, but not quite so much. Last. Well done. Let's change to the next exercise. Let's jog and take our arms forward and back. So each of these exercises is 20 seconds, just to move the body a little bit, get joints warm, and then get the blood flowing into those muscles that we're going to use. Check your posture now. Draw your core in. Stand nice and tall with your shoulders wide. Next exercise, you're stepping behind and you're coming back in. And again, if you have any issues with your knees or your hips, take a little step back and back in. It's entirely up to you. Breathe. Last few seconds coming. 4, 3, 2, and now let's take a knee up to the opposite elbow. Last warm-up exercise. So when we're warming up, we really want to make sure we move the body in different directions, kind of slightly mimicking the movements that we're going to be doing. Last 3, 2, 1, and relax. Now if you have your weights, get your weights. I'm going to change the timer here, excuse me, because we're doing each exercise for 30 seconds and we have 5 of them. So getting your weights, our first exercise is going to be elbows are bent, feet slightly or turned out for this one actually. Sit down, then come back up, take your elbows up and back down. Now again, you're drawing your core in, going to wherever you can with your sit. It's entirely up to you, based around any issues you have with your joints. Last few seconds coming, and then we'll be changing the direction of everything again. Breathe, and last one. Now bring the feet in side by side, arms along in front. Let's come up onto the toes and lift our elbows. So kind of like you're zipping up a jacket, but make sure you're getting those elbows up to shoulder height. That's your focus here. Not necessarily kind of taking your the weights up with your elbows. Look, get those elbows right up there. Last few seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Now, turn your hands into your shoulders. Step behind with your right leg. Step back in. Circle overhead. Circle back. Step behind with your left leg. Back in. Circle. And back. Breathe. Again, what's your posture like? Draw your core in. Lengthen. Forward. So we're doing lots of moving different joints here as we go. Last few seconds. Now, taking one weight down, holding the other one, and turn to the side so you'll see what we're doing. We're going forward with your arm and back with your leg. So this is a single joint exercise. So that's why I've gone to one weight. In case you're holding a heavier weight, you want to mind joints. Breathe. Last few seconds coming. So we're working shoulders here, upper back and chest. 3, 2, and last one. Now, last exercise. Feet slightly wider than hip distance and hands in front here. Have a seat and now let's pulse over and back. Pulse. Take your feet wider if you have any issues with your lower back. So you're just going to wherever you can. Not coming up fully out of it, but come up out of it at any stage if you need to. Last 5, stick with it. 4, come on. 3, 2, and relax. Well done. Put those weights down. Have a quick drink if you need it. I'm going to have a drink just to keep my throat from going dry as I'm speaking. And we're going to get, excuse me, a couple of stretches. Take your one foot in front, whichever one you want to start with. Now keep your knees straight and lean over. Lengthen what's in the back of your leg here, your hamstrings, stretching up towards your glutes, and you'll feel it slightly down your lower leg as well. Now come back up to standing, switch sides. Other foot is in front, knees straight, and lean over. And breathe. And now let's come back up to standing. Let's stretch the front of our legs. So a foot up behind, hold on to something if you need to, and just stretch the front of your leg. So holding on to your sock, your trousers, your shoe, or even putting your foot up on a chair without holding it, you're still stretching everything in here in the front of your leg. Let's swap sides. Over to the other side. So we'll always be stretching in any of the sessions that we do. Again, lengthen your spine, holding onto the back of your trousers if you wish, or just taking your foot up behind. You're still stretching. And lower back down. Let's go back into that exercise session again with or without your weights. So we're starting again with feet turned out wide and elbows are bent. Now have a seat, then come back up, take those elbows up. Again, what's your posture like? As you come up, make sure your spine is nice and long. Draw your core gently back towards your spine. So we're working another muscle group all the time. Last 10 seconds, breathe. So elbows, if you can, are going to shoulder height. Last 3, 2, and relax. 2 feet in, side by side, arms long in front. Check posture, up onto your toes and back down. I'm always thinking about posture because I'm a Pilates teacher as well. And your spine health throughout your life is quite important. Important to lengthen your spine all the time. Be as tall at 80 as you were at 30. Draw your core gently back. Last couple of seconds. Breathe. And now, hands turned in towards your shoulders. You're stepping behind with one leg. You're coming back in, big circle overhead. And now the other leg. And when you take those arms up, try to go towards the center of your head rather than in front of your forehead, if that makes sense. Breathe. Last few seconds. Keep going. Well done. Pause at any stage if you need to though. Last one. And up. Now we're getting rid of one weight. We have the other weight between our 2 hands. And we're going back with a leg and forward with your arms. Again, just to shoulder height, and again going at your own pace. Stand nice and tall, draw your core gently in, engaging those glutes as you take a leg back. Last few seconds, breathe. Okay, last one, taking the weights again, feet wider down than hip distance, hands are here in front. Let's have a seat and pulse, and turn, breathe. So you're really working muscles in your legs here, in your glutes, because you have those muscles contracted for longer. You're working harder. Keep going if you can. Keep going. Last 3, 2, 1, and relax. Well done. Placing your weights down. We're now going to move into our HIIT session. So for this here, we're going to have 10 seconds each exercise. So I'm going to change my timer here. And we're doing 3 exercises. So your first exercise today will be fast feet low to the ground as fast as you can. The next one, jog and punch in front. And the last one will be skipping. Okay? So here we go. 3, 2, 1, fast feet. Low to the ground. We're just doing it for 10 seconds. Keep going, come on. 4, 3, 2, 1. Jog and punch in front. Again, you can march here if you wish. Hands in and out as though you're punching something. Last 2, 1, and now you're skipping. Whatever way you like to skip, whether it's 2 feet together or 1 at a time. And breathe. Last 2, 1, and march on the spot. Or walk around your room, whichever. But what we want to do here is bring your heart rate back down another small bit again. And breathe. So the goal behind this part of the exercise session here is to get your heart pumping a little bit faster, and your heart is a muscle. And when you do this part of the session, what you're doing is strengthening that muscle then as well, because it's a muscle. And then you're working your lungs as well, improving your lung capacity because your lungs are stretching outwards. A couple of deep breaths now and stretch those lungs. One more breath. And here we go again. 3, 2, 1, fast feet, low to the ground. Last session, come on. Push those feet. Again, hold your core in if you can. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're punching and you're on your toes. Hands in and out as though you're punching a punch bag in front of you. And 3, 2, 1, and you're skipping. So again, 1 foot at a time or 2 together. Breathe. Here we go. Last few seconds. 2, 1, and march on the spot. Well done, well done, well done. Okay, shoulders wide. Let's not get poor posture, you know, when you're kind of a little bit flaked after doing a bit of an exercise session. Still hold those shoulders wide. Lengthen your spine. Slow, slow march. Or walk around your room. Whichever. We'll bring that heart rate down a little bit. And then we'll do a couple of stretches. Breathe. So think of the health benefits from doing this session today. You just feel so much better after it. Those happy hormones are floating around. Now take a heel in front and bend your elbows and relax back. Heel and relax back. Again, we're moving slowly, just so as we let the heart rate come back down and your body return to normal. Breathe. Back to gentle march. Now let's do some stretches. So take your right foot behind your left, take your right hand up, leaning over, sit your hip out. Nice stretch. So we'll move your joints in different directions when we do our stretch session. And now slowly coming back. Switch feet, switch hands, and ease over. Again, if your balance is challenged here, what you can do is hold on to something or stand beside the wall if you feel a little bit more comfortable in that position. Slowly coming back. Make a fist of both of your hands, place them here into your lower back, take your shoulders back and your elbows back, and stretch over your front, your collarbones along your collarbones, and widening your chest. So we do so much in forward movement of our spine if we're over a phone or laptop or anything. So just stretching the front and correcting posture. Relaxing your arms. Let's open hips a little bit. Let's do a hip flexor stretching standing position. So one foot is well in front of the other. Turn the back foot out. Now shoulders are back. Take that front knee forward. Turn towards that knee and get that lengthening across your hip joint here at the back. Gently stretch everything. And again, making any adjustments if you have any issues with any joint. Let's switch sides. Other foot is in front. Last stretch today, other foot is out. Ease forward and turn forward. Again, feel that nice little bit of a pull on your back hip and adjust if there are any issues at all with any joints on this side. And then slowly come back. Well done everybody, thanks for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you sometime again soon in another exercise session. In the meantime, take care and keep moving.